Yay, are you guys hyped? Are you guys pumped? Good, that's that Sunday energy I hope to see. Wow, and the screen is blinking again. We've had like, this MacBook has had like the curse of the blinking screen. But all the data is there. There's not a lot of animations on this, but yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we get started, if you are following along on social media, you want to share what you see here, just use our handy dandy hashtags up there, hashtag VizPanel. And I am really sorry about this blinking. It just started blinking. Come on, mini DisplayPort, you can do it. No, you can't. All right, well, it's just gonna be like, it's gonna be like a light switch rave. We all like light switch raves. They're lots of fun. So let's get started with some introductions. I am Charlene Ingram. I am the Director of Animation Marketing for VIZ Media. So if it is anime, it's my team that helps market it. But I have a very special guest next to me today. We have, remember your name?
I do. Oh, I'm announcing me. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
I can announce you too, but then you have to like deal with.
These are loud.
Oh, sorry.
I'm Joel Enos. I am the senior editor on the editorial team at VIZ, and that actually means that I get to work in a lot of different departments. So I do work, I edit manga, and I've been doing so for quite a while. So I've edited a lot of things over the last 10 years, including Naruto, the main series of Tokyo Ghoul, and then I've also done things like last year we did the Hello Kitty coloring book, and I work on the Art of Magic, the Gathering art books, and all kinds of things like that. So I get to do, pretty much my job is the coolest. I get to do pretty much anything cool that comes across, no matter what department it's in. So that's kind of fun and nice.
Yeah, we'll get to hear more about the books that Joel edits a little bit later. Now, when we're done here at the panel, we really hope you guys will be our friend on the internet. We are very active on social media, especially on Twitter. We are at VIZ Media. And we're on Facebook at Official VIZ Media. And we are extremely active on Instagram. We've been doing Instagram stories all weekend, and we do them throughout the week. So follow our adventures at VIZ Media. And of course, I'll hit you with the hashtag one last time. Bam! Yes. So, you guys seem like really chill. Come on. We're going to be talking about so much anime, so much manga. We have so many announcements today. We're going to try to get through everything kind of quickly so we can answer your questions. We also have a lot of epic prizes for our prize time. Yeah, so we came packed with thrills and excitement. So some of you in the audience are going to get to go home with something cool. So we talked about social media, so let's talk about the internet. Do you like the internet, Joel? Yeah.
Sometimes.
So we have our home on the internet, viz.com. We got a nice 3-letter domain name where you can watch and read tons of the best in anime and manga. Right now we're featuring My Hero Academia. Gosh, I am so sorry this is blinking so much. It has not blinked this much before. I guess it's just like the power of plus ultra. It's plus ultra levels of blinking. Please don't. Anyway, this features My Hero Academia, which we publish the manga for. We also have our very own VIZ Fan Zone. So you can share your fan art, your cosplay, your creations of anything VIZ Media related. This is just a screenshot of this week. We have a lot of cool Sailor Moon cosplayers. We have some cool Bleach, some My Hero Academia, even some Neko Atsume. Any of you guys play that app game, Neko Atsume? Yes. And now the song is stuck in your head. We did some really cool, videos recently featuring a special cat for Neko Atsume. Oh my gosh, this is so blinky. So blinky. All right, now we also have our VIZ blog. This is updated every day with everything from editor sidebars, which, have you written an editor sidebar?
Yeah, I've done quite a few actually. It's fun.
Yeah, we also have updates from Shonen Jump, updates from the animation side, all kinds of news and updates. We also have, this might be Joel's favorite, we have free manga every week. This is some of our selections for this week from Shonen Jump. So there's new selections every single week. Just go to viz.com, hit the tab that says read, and you'll get all kinds of free things to check out, including some things that Joel have edited. We also have anime. Can't forget about the anime. Cannot forget about the anime. On Verizon's Go 90 service, we've recently added tons of episodes of anime. We've added all of Naruto Classic and a bunch of other titles. We're adding new titles every so often as well. So keep checking back, and it's just another place you can watch tons of anime for free. Whee! Yay. So, what do you say, Joel? Let's talk about some of the new stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
We have tons and tons of new stuff. Some of it you may be familiar with from VIZ, and some of it you might be like, oh, that is interesting. Probably one of the most interesting of all, actually based on a webcomic that I'm a big fan of. We have Homestuck. Is anyone? Yay! You guys have heard about Homestuck. I want to tell you about Homestuck. This is, you could say it's the greatest webcomic of our time. It's one of the longest. It's like the Ulysses of webcomics. It is by the immutable Andrew Hussie. These are beautiful hardcover editions that start coming out on April 13th, so next Friday, Friday the 13th. Get your epic hardcover Homestuck edition. So these, you may have read it online and have experienced it online, but these include a lot of extra commentary and insight from the creator himself, Andrew Hussie. So you can go pre-order that now, or you can pick it up in stores this Friday. Hey, yay. Actually, I'm wondering, because this is like super duper blinky, I wonder if there's like an HDMI I can hook into up here. Let's see. Is that okay, sound friend? Can I try it? All right, let's do some science experiments. Let's see, I'm gonna escape real quick. And I'll let Joel regale you in a manga story. Any manga story you like.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry for all like the pressure.
I don't know if I have one, but what if I let somebody ask a question and then I can answer it? How about right here?
When they were talking about in stores, you mean like actual like full bookstores?
For Homestuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actual virtual, wherever you can buy books, it will be available, yeah.
I'm excited.
You might be right about that, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
So for the Homestuck books, there was a run they did a while ago. I had commentary as well.
Oh, of the published books?
Yeah, do you know if it's a new commentary on, or is it the same as before?
I think that there's a lot of new stuff. I don't know if it's a mixture of what was online before with new stuff, but I know that there is new stuff in there. Yeah. Anybody else have a question while we? Oh wait.
I think I
are you
fixed
up?
it.
You are, and it's not blinking.
Yay, the rave is over. Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Sorry to put you on the spot there. I was just like, oh, there's so many wires. I know I can fix it. Oh,
She's our marketing director and our master problem solver too.
I'm good at wires and MacBooks.
Yeah.
So yes, oh my gosh, you had to pick up Homestuck. We also have, from the creator of Goodnight Poon Poon, we have Dead Dead Demons, Dead 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 Destruction. So if you love Goodnight Poon Poon, I can't say Goodnight Poon Poon is exactly a feel-good story, but it's a very important story. It takes you on an emotional journey, to say the least. Definitely check this out. It's another supernatural series with cute alien girls. And if you guys are going to TCAF in Toronto soon, the creator will be there as a guest. So a very rare chance to see a legendary mangaka. I also have from Shoujo Beat, we have Kenka Bancho Otome, Love is a Battle Royale. So this is a fun, action-packed series. You got a nice, sassy shoujo lead. Yeah, really fun. So if you like series kind of like Ranma, Nisekoi, definitely check this one out. We also have, if you guys are into equivalent exchange, we have one of my favorite manga of all time. We have these beautiful, this is Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition. So the first volume comes out in May, the second volume comes out in August. So just look at Ed and Alphonse, they're so wonderful. And these are also hardcover editions. So these are the definitive editions of Full Metal Alchemist. These are the ones that you will want to collect, and they start coming out in May. Now we have something near and dear to Joel's heart. Something red like roses.
Oh, it's so good. So I don't know if you guys actually read the RWBY manga that came out last year from Miwa Sensei, but this is something new that we're working on, and it's an anthology. It's a series, and each volume has somewhere, I've been saying around 15, like between 14 and 17 short stories. It's very, very different than the Miwa run, and most of the people in it are sort of like, I wouldn't say they're all new up and coming, but they're pretty much a lot of artists that have not really been brought over to the US or sort of Western audiences yet. Really, really unique takes, very cute, funny. It really has the tone of RWBY in it. Some of them are very quiet and only 3 pages long. Some of them are a little deeper and go like 10 pages long, but I'm really enjoying going through them. I'm working on the 3rd one right now. Actually, I'm working on the first 3 of them right now, and they're pretty excellent. So I'm excited for people to see them. And yeah, other artists' interpretations of RWBY and Weiss and Blake and Yang, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so definitely check these out. You can get the first volume here in a couple months in May. Actually, next month. Oh my gosh, it's April already.
It's like in, yeah.
So soon.
3 weeks.
Oh my gosh, where is the year
Yeah.
going? And volume 2 featuring Weiss in August.
Oh, that's the other thing, is each of the 4 volumes, everybody is in a lot of the stories, so it's not like they've excluded anyone, but each volume actually focuses on each of the 4 main characters.
Yeah, really cool.
And the covers are awesome.
Yeah, they're so beautiful. I also have Pokémon! Yay! So we have our next set of Pokémon. It's Advanced Battle. It is coming this June, and you will be able to pre-order it next week. This will also be available in June. Stores nationwide like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, wherever you get your anime. So look forward to more Pokémon and more Pokémon announcements possibly coming very soon. So it is a special time in the Viz panel. It is time for our prize break, where we're going to do some trivia. So Joel and I will ask a random trivia question. We'll make it up now. And you will have a chance to win some anime. Usually, I like to ask a question of something that we've presented about, because I like the listening comprehension. That makes me very happy. But sometimes, if you guys are really smart, sometimes they get a little spicy, and I can make these things like nightmare fuel if I want. So I will go first. So raise your hand if you would like to play a game. Hey, you, sir, in the sunglasses and the red. Oh, yes. Okay, so your question is, name a series, any series, published in Shonen Jump. Yeah.
I just saw the one that was the ultimate loves battle royale, but is that published yet? No. I haven't published yet.
Any, like name like maybe your favorite anime series, or there's a lot that's published in Jump.
I was gonna say the Tokyo Ghoul or Black Belt.
Oh no! All right, we will go to the person next to you. Name a Shonen Jump series. Yes, Bleach. Come up, and you will get. Yeah, come on up. You are going to get Hunter x Hunter. Yay! Your very own Hunter x Hunter set. Now, Joel, you get to pick one.
All right, I'll try to make it more complicated than I was just thinking now that that happened. Okay, so we've announced the RWBY anthologies, and I was talking about the first series that we did that I worked on that came out in January. So does anyone know, or did you read where we actually first published RWBY? It wasn't in the printed book. It was.
Woo! Hey, coming up, you will get the K Missing Kings Blu-ray combo pack. Oh, thank you. All right. See, the questions are only going to get harder, but they get more awesome. We have more awesome Blu-ray and DVD sets. Now, speaking of Shonen Jump, let's talk a little bit about Shonen Jump, your place where you can get the world's best manga delivered directly to your device every Monday, same day as Japan. So it's a digital subscription, it's a digital magazine. You can get it to all of your devices. Loads up on Monday, same day as Japan, fully translated with lots of fun stuff. This is this week's issue featuring One Piece, and Nami's looking real good there. So is Chopper, can't leave Chopper out. And of course, Luffy. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of our Shonen Jump titles we got news for, like My Hero Academia. Any fans of My Hero Academia? Yes! Well, we made an announcement last year, and we're happy to say that we are fully underway with the My Hero Academia Speed Up. We have sped up the publishing of the manga to get you more volumes quicker of the story. So if you've liked the anime, if you've read the manga, you can get more of the story even quicker. Like these volumes coming up. So we have volume 12 and 13 coming up. These are looking really great. Lots of good Deku action. And we also have, if you still want more My Hero Academia, if that's not plus ultra enough for you, we have the spin-off series coming this summer called My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So this one is a lot of fun, slightly different art style, a little bit of a different ethos, and I gotta say, I think you've seen this, Joel, the back of this book is very nice. There's some art on the back of this book, like A+. And you guys just lost the game. You guys just lost the circle game. So yeah, check out My Hero Academia, and of course, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Now we have Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Yes. Joel, you used to edit something about Boruto's dad, right?
Yes, which you just referred to as classic, so I'll just sit back here and know that I've been doing this a while. Yeah, I worked on the original series of Naruto for about 6 years, manga and the anime actually too, working on editing the scripts. So it's fun, and this series is really fun.
Yeah, especially if you, like, I loved the original Naruto so much. Back when I was a baby anime fan, just a baby anime fan, I would watch Naruto all the time. Going and watching Boruto, which Boruto is getting, I can't believe it's been a year. We're going to go on episode 52 this week of Boruto. Boruto still gives me that Naruto feeling from so many years ago. I was watching it, I had my headband on. Yeah, Boruto gives me that feeling, but you don't have to have read or watched the original Naruto series to get into Boruto. It is its own story, its own generation, its own characters. But if you grew up with Naruto like I did, it's really interesting to see him grow up and like be doing paperwork and being like stuck in a bureaucracy. It's like, wow, I had dreams of being a ninja. Now I'm doing paperwork too, just like you, Joel. It's great. Adulthood is real.
But it's what he wanted.
Yeah, this is what it's like to be Hokage. But you can have fun ninja times with Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, and Chocho, and all of their friends. We also have, the Boruto manga is coming out periodically. You can catch up on the story. And we also have Boruto Naruto the movie. This is available in stores nationwide. You can even get Boruto Naruto the movie in Walmart. So yeah, this one, of all the Naruto movies, Boruto is by far my favorite. You just smile from ear to ear. Boruto learns a very important lesson. And I still remember we debuted this at New York Comic-Con a couple years ago with Kishimoto sensei. And he was supposed to just come and do the introductions and then go off to lunch. But he was so excited to be there with the fans, he stayed and he watched the whole movie with all the fans. And he was like cheering for everyone too. It was just, it was a memory that I will always treasure. We also have, we're continuing with Naruto Shippuden. This is set 34. This is coming in June, and this is deep into the Infinite Tsukiyomi arc. So we're getting towards the end of Naruto Shippuden. So continue your collection. Now, our lucky winner, you got this. We have set 4 of Hunter x Hunter. You got set 1. This is coming in June, so this is the popular Greed Island arc. And if you pre-order it from Right Stuff, you will get the last in our series of Hunter licenses. You get the gold Hunter license. And there's a cool little thing on the back. You can see, if you have really good eyes, you can see it says, "Not a license to kill." So if you know your Hunter x Hunter lore, you know, Hunter licenses allow you to do a lot, but this one's a cosplay prop. It is not actually a Hunter license, so tread lightly. And pre-order your copy of Hunter x Hunter, also packed with tons of extra features. Now, this is something I was geeking out with Joel about before the panel. About these boys here. We announced this yesterday, and we're so excited about it. Yes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders. Anybody watching this on Toonami? Yeah. I love it. Joel, what did you pointed out about this card? You're like, wow, it's just slightly oversized.
Yeah.
Just like the Joestars, they're just slightly oversized. These, when we do question time later, you will have a chance to get one of these epic postcards featuring Jotaro and Dio. But this is the Stardust Crusaders set. This is coming out in July, and if you've collected the first set, this also has the hinged chipboard box, foil on top, foil on the inside, art cards, and a humongous book full of storyboards and director's commentary, and packed with tons of extra features. This is the Blu-ray. Features 24 episodes on 4 Blu-ray discs, and I have a trailer to show you. This is the most over-the-top JoJo's trailer, and that says a lot for JoJo's. Like, you know how over the top it is. This is the most beefy, sparkly thing ever, and I'm super excited to share it with you now.
Jotaro! Jotaro! Jotaro!
Shut up!
Okay!
Hey, on your feet, Kujo!
I promise you, he's a very sweet boy.
Seems to have been possessed by an evil spirit. And I've no idea what it'll make me do next.
Jotaro!
He's no longer your problem.
Jotaro! This is your grandfather! Whatever's happened, he'll be able to help you!
I'd like you to meet an Egyptian friend I met a few years ago.
But this is...
That's right. Abdul also has what you'd call an evil spirit. That coffin's 100 years old, but I know exactly what was inside it. Abdul and I are trying to locate him as we speak.
How could a human being stay buried underwater for 100 years?
Because that person is evil incarnate, Dio!
I'm done wasting my breath.
Oh, no! Did you see it? The thorns that came out of my hand?
Fire! You should have listened, Jojo. I told you you're gonna regret this.
Before that clock strikes 12, you will be a dead man.
You're not gonna tell me this thermometer looks like a pen too, are you?
Ollie is gonna save you no matter what.
Hey! What you owe me can never be paid back with money!
Yeah, let's hear it for JoJo's. Doesn't that look epic? Oh my gosh, I'm super hyped for this. This is coming in July. So stay tuned. You can order it on Right Stuff right now and get a free JoJo's bandana that has covered in a word print that just says, or. You can take that anywhere you go. So it is time for another prize break. You hyped, Joel? You gonna make it harder? I'm gonna make it harder. So we've got 2 more lovely prizes here. We got some Sailor Moon. May like, oh, turn the right side up. Some lovely Sailor Moon crystal. So would you like me to go first, or do you want to go first, Joel?
I think you should go first.
I keep putting Joel on the spot. All right. So I will go ahead and ask the question first and let you raise your hand if you know the answer. So in Sailor Moon, and I actually see someone inspired by this in the audience, which Sailor Guardian is the guardian of time? Hey, I actually saw you, the red hair, first. Sailor Pluto, come on up. And there's a really cool Sailor Pluto in the back. Wave hi, Sailor Pluto. Thanks for guarding the time gate. Thank you, congratulations. All right, Joel. You can make it about anything.
I know, I think I will. Since we were talking about Naruto, I don't know, how many original series Naruto fans are here?
Everyone.
Yeah, okay, well this is good. So, way back when we did go from classic to Shippuden in the manga series, the print manga series, we didn't actually use the term Shippuden, and we kept, to keep it really consistent for collectors and the way things looked, we did a very subtle change when there was a break in the story arc halfway through. Well, later it became not. Does anyone know what that design change was to show first and second half?
Ooh, you're going deep.
I'm going to go really deep, but it looks like people know. Or maybe they don't. Okay, yes, in the hat back here. So that was an actual character design change, but I think that that's actually a good answer. I'm going to go ahead and give away the other answer, and you guys can raise your hand if you knew this, but all we did to the design was actually change the spine of the books from white to black so that they still lined up properly, so it didn't look out of place. But anyway, that was good because I didn't specify exactly.
Come on up and get your treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We I actually brought 5. I thought I only brought 4. Let's do one more.
Okay.
This one is actually, we're going to make this a little harder because this is the Death Note Omega edition. This is all of Death Note, the movies, and it's also in 5 languages.
He wants to drink.
No. This is Nightmare Fuel. This is Nightmare Fuel. Okay, so raise your hand if you know the answer. What is the name of Light's nemesis in Death Note? Okay. I saw you in the back of the black shirt. Yeah, stand up. You, yeah. Yes, it's L. Come on up. Yeah. Winner, so you get this epic box set. Yes, and if you love Death Note, this is the definitive edition. Definitely pick up the Omega edition if you can find it. There's not that many left. Thank you, congratulations. All right, now on a lighter note, let's talk about Sailor Moon. Yay! Yes. Maybe later. So we're going to talk about Sailor Moon Supers. This is season 4, based on the manga Dream arc. This is Super Sailor Moon, the Dead Moon Circus. Hope you like clowns. That's all Sailor Moon Supers. This set is coming out on April 24th. It includes the first half of Sailor Moon Supers on 6 discs. Also comes with a 96-page booklet, and if you pre-order on Right Stuff, you get the Moon Crisis Make-Up coin. And we have a brand new trailer to show you a little bit of the story and some of the new voices in Sailor Moon Supers.
The forest is weeping. Our crystal forest is weeping. If you can hear my voice, please answer me. I've come running from the far side of night just to find you, and only you.
Hey, why aren't you up yet?
The time has come at last for us to establish our dominion over this world. Amazon Trio, are you present?
Tiger's Eye, present.
Fish's Eye, present.
Hawk's Eye, present.
1,
2,
and 3.
Please, Pegasus, protect everyone's dream. Moon Crisis, make up! So what now? Let's beat him up and be done with it.
Pay attention, you two!
Right!
Yes, that's Sailor Moon Supers, Part 1. And this also includes the never-before-released Sailor Moon Supers specials. So they've never been released before. And they also include a side story with Haruka and Michiru. So the only appearance of the Outer Guardians in Sailor Moon Supers. And they are funny, especially, I love the one where Chibiusa fights a vampire. Chibiusa and all of her friends fight a vampire, and then Haruka and Michiru fight a crazy puppet baby that is like something straight out of Homestuck. It is really, really, really good. So we have a few other things to talk about before we get into announcement time. We also have, this just came out, we have the Blom movie by, based on the manga by Tsutomu Nihei. This is post-apocalyptic wasteland realness. This is like super cyberpunk. If you were into the 90s, I'm telling Blom, this is all redone. This is about a lone soldier, Kili, who encounters a group of humans who are surviving and are trying to dodge, basically they're robot overlords. So it's really dark, cyberpunk, really cool special effects. And this is out now on Blu-ray and DVD. It includes Spanish language dub as well as a lot of extra features. So if you like a good, gritty cyberpunk movie, you definitely got to get Blam. And that is out now. Well, let me get to the next slide. My slide is frozen. Poor little keynote. Yeah, where's my little cursor? There it is. There it is. Yes, it is announcement time. We have so many announcements. Joel, are you hyped? You hyped? We're gonna announce so many books. See, like Joel's let me talk so much about cartoons and anime, so we're gonna talk about a lot of really cool publishing announcements. Speaking of Blam, we have ABARA by the same author. It is coming this December, so it's another, it's gonna be under our SIG imprint. This is another, you know, very dystopian, you know, Tsutomu Nihei is just really, you know, king of that. So that is coming this December under our SIG imprint. We also have, we announced this at Anime Boston last weekend, but this was one of our most requested manga series by the fans out at cons. We have HARU Ride, which you may know from the anime Blue Spring Ride. This is out in our Shoujo Beat imprint this December. It's just a, you know, like a delightful high school romance about when you finally discover that you like someone, but then they've moved away. And can you ever get back to that? Just beautiful, real, refreshing. It'll give you all the feels. It'll take you on a field trip. Total field trip. And I have this one, I can't believe it's already time. The third and final Bleach box set. Yeah. So this has volumes 49 through 74 of Bleach. This is coming this November, just in time for the holidays. Man, I remember when I read the first 3 volumes of Bleach. I was so much younger. No, and I remember it distinctly because it was a long time ago. I was in the hospital and my friend brought it to me to read, and it was the only thing I had to read for 3 days. I read those volumes over and over and over, and I fell in love with Orihime. But this is the end of Bleach. This goes with the other 2 box sets. This includes 49 through 74 and also includes a poster. So, glory to Bleach. And now, my favorite meme lord. You like Dragon Ball, don't you, Joel? I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball so much, and I love Dragon Ball memes. So what if you can have a manga where you don't let your memes be dreams? Well, you can make an impact this holiday season with Dragon Ball. That time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. So this is a side story of Dragon Ball, where the world's biggest Dragon Ball fan gets reincarnated as Yamcha, and he has to go on a quest to make Yamcha the coolest character in Dragon Ball. I thought he already was the coolest character, but whatever, you do you. Yeah, so it's a fun side story in Dragon Ball about that time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. And I actually heard that our friends at Funimation have at their booth, they're doing something called the Yamcha Challenge, where they have a crater in their booth that you can go lay in the crater and take your picture, like, you know, like Yamcha in his, you know, defining moment, so to speak. But you can get this book in November. We also have it going back to the Stone Age with Shonen Jump. Dr. Stone, anybody reading Dr. Stone in Shonen Jump? Oh my gosh, it is so good. So it is science plus the Stone Age plus epic art. Oh my gosh, so and like if you like the civilization games, if you like building a civilization from the ground up, like it really is science plus the Stone Age plus Shonen Jump art. It is just amazing. Have you read Dr. Stone?
I haven't been reading it, but everyone in the office was even talking about this before we ended up publishing it. So I know that there's a ton of internal fans too, so it's on my list.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. It is so good. When I first heard the name, I was like, Dr. Stone. Like, I was thinking, like, oh, Shonen Jump's hospital drama? Nope. Nope. I love that sometimes when, like, the title, like, totally throws you for a loop, and you sit down and you read it, and you're like, dude. Also, anybody here like role-playing games? Anybody here like the works of Akira Toriyama? Then we've got something for you. We have the hardcover art of Dragon Quest. Yay! Oh, Dragon Quest, my favorite time sink. Oh, it's an RPG where you could put hundreds of hours in and barely scratch the surface. Or you can get this brilliant hardcover book featuring 30 years of art by Akira Toriyama. It is coming out this December. So if you love Dragon Ball and just want to see more of Akira Toriyama's art, if you haven't played Dragon Quest at all, still check out this book. Or if you're a diehard fan of Dragon Quest, I mean, I love slimes. Like, anytime I see a slime plushie, it's a problem. I mean, I live in San Francisco. We have, like, no room. And I'm like, there's slimes everywhere, but they're delightful. I mean, you invite slime to join your party. It's what you do. But yes, pick up Dragon Quest art this December. We also have, this is a new manga that is not in Shonen Jump, but would be a perfect fit in story and style. We have Radiant. This is by a French mangaka. This is, you know, story, characters, like, they come straight from a Shonen Jump universe. It's, you know, we have Seth the Wizard. He's, you know, going on an epic quest to find himself. This one also has tons of fans in the office. Like, I keep hearing Marlene, like, talk about it nonstop.
Yeah.
So we are super hyped about this one. This one is coming out in September. We also have, for you art connoisseurs, we have Ran and the Gray World. This is in our SIG imprint. This is coming out in November. So this is a magical coming-of-age story. It's a fairly short series. I think it's about 8 volumes. It's pretty. It's not super duper long, but this is, you know, beautiful, especially if you like art in the style of Studio Ghibli works. But it's a little bit more. It's not mature in a mature way, but it's just a little bit more of a, you know, an advanced storytelling. So, yeah, so check this one out. This one is coming out in November. We also have, for you high fantasy fans, I'm hyped for this. We have Record of GRANCEST War, which anybody familiar with Record of Lordos War? Yes, so this is in the same universe. Same universe, different war. Lots of high fantasy adventures. So if you like things like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, this is the manga for you. And this one is coming in November. Now this one, I know Joel could talk about tons. He knows more about this than I think anybody. The series, anyway. Yes, Tokyo Ghoul. The complete box set coming in October.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the main series, and the cool thing about it is that if you've read it digital or your copies are dog-eared, you can get them all in one place and have the whole. Basically, it's a really nice box too, and I've actually been working with the designer as well as the designers in Japan to figure out what's going to be on the box for the last couple of weeks. We haven't decided yet, but we're going to make it as intense as it should be and deserves to be for the main series of Tokyo Ghoul, and I'm hoping that you guys like it when it comes out. It will have a poster in it as well, and it'll have all 14 volumes of the first series. So it'll be a nice companion piece. It'll be a good companion piece, and I don't know if you saw the illustration book that came out in November last year, but we're kind of, you know, keeping the main series in the eye of you guys as well, hopefully, too, as we push forward as well with RE.
Yeah, and it's if you haven't experienced it, this is such an amazing series. I typically don't get too into things in the horror genre, but I really love Tokyo Ghoul, and it's, you know, it's beautifully edited. I mean, Joel, you did such an amazing job on it, and these characters, you know, in the original mangaka, everybody feels very, very real. They have struggles that, you can very much identify with, even though like maybe you're not wanting to eat human flesh, but you can still identify with Ken Kaneki. Yeah. So this is the complete original series. This will be out in October, and it'll have a cool double-sided poster. These are the Japanese editions, so this isn't exactly how it's going to look, but.
No. And it's a great way to start the series if you haven't. I know there are a lot of people that haven't. I always kind of try to avoid any spoilers because so much happens in this series. There's so many twists and turns every couple chapters and volumes, but it's a great way to start the series too if you haven't actually started reading it yet.
Cool, cool. Now we have, this one is a fun, super duper fun Shonen Jump series. It's coming in December. It's called We Never Learn. Has anyone heard of this? Okay, this one is hilarious. So this is about a kid. He's a kid, he comes from an impoverished family, and he desperately wants to go to college. He needs to get a full scholarship. So he finds a benefactor, but the benefactor has a little bit of a twist. He will help him if he agrees to tutor the top 2 students in the school and make sure they get into the colleges they want to get into. But the 2 girls, they're really good at some subjects and not good at other subjects. And hijinks ensue, trying to teach these girls the subjects they're not as strong in while dealing with the subjects that they're really strong in. So it's, a funny, slapstick, Shonen Jump, another one kind of in the key, get the pun, of Nisekoi. So yeah, definitely check that out. We Never Learn. Now, I alluded to this one. The next one is actually an anime announcement, and I'm super hyped about it. I know Justin is super hyped about it. I know someone who won a certain prize is going to be super hyped about it. We have a new anime announcement, and we'll have more news coming soon. We have K! Yes, K7 Stories. K7 Stories is a 6-movie series. Featuring all the characters you know and love from the universe of K back in all new adventures. So we just acquired this. We don't have a lot of detail yet, but expect more news about showings and how you can watch these movies coming very soon. But I heard the cheers. You guys excited to come back to the world of K? Yes! Oh, so excited, so excited. Now we've got some super duper brand new things to share with you at C2E2. And some of these are wild, literally. Our first one is a craft book. It's called Make Animals. Yes, so these are crafts. These are felted crafts. These are really cute animals that you can make. Imagine this lovely polar bear. So we're starting a line of craft books, all types of different crafts. You might have seen some of our Pokemon craft books, our Pokemon cooking books, but now this one is felted animals, and you can get this in November, so it'll be a really cool project over the holidays. And I love needle felting. Has anybody, I see some cosplayers in the audience, has anybody done needle felting? It's a lot of fun. And it's a really cool way to do something where you just stab something 1,000 times. So if you ever get stressed out and you want to make something beautiful but stab something 1,000 times, well, needle felting is for you. And you can make animals. And now Joel will never forget that.
Oh, that's good. I'll take that into consideration.
You should see somebody doing needle felting. I actually have a needle felting machine. I was pretty hardcore into it for a while because you can do it with your hands. And I have like this little sewing machine, and it has like this nest of needles. It's like, okay, I'm going to mix 2 things. So it's like if a cactar was in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's got this, it's like punching down. It's like, yeah, and then you can, make beautiful things by stabbing it a bunch. It's delightful. Now we also have, this one is coming in October, like the perfect timing for this. Do we have any Junji Ito fans? Oh, yes. Oh, we have a treat for you. We have Junji Ito's Frankenstein short stories. So this is coming out in October, and this is on the 200th anniversary of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So this is a very unique take on the Frankenstein story and other horror vignettes by the master of horror, Junji Ito. So get ready to get creepy this October. And does anybody like, in video games or books or anime, does anybody like the Battle Royale genre? Well, we have one of the best battle royale to come out in years. We have JUNI TAISEN. Yeah, this is the JUNI TAISEN manga that ran in Shonen Jump. This is coming out in October. So this is about the 12 animals of the zodiac, represented by gods. And once every 12 years, they must get together for a battle to the death. And the one lone survivor gets any wish they want. So this is lots of really over-the-top characters, crazy character designs, and some epic fights, and you will definitely have feels in this. You will definitely bond with a character, and they will break your heart. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And we're just going to continue with the heartbreak. So we have yet another novel series, we're pleased to announce, based on, oh my gosh, is based on a video game that made me cry so much, made me get so frustrated, but it was so beautiful. I can't help but love it. We are really proud to announce the novels for NieR Automata. Yes. So we're starting with Long Story Short. This comes out in October, and this is based on the brilliant game and story by Yoko Taro. So if you love NieR, if you love anything Square Enix, if you just love really lovable androids and going to the moon and back, check out NieR Automata. We'll have more updates on it soon. Now, much more lighthearted, because we can't just do all broken hearts, because Joel will start crying. We have something nostalgic, fun, and delightful. We have the manga for Pokémon I Choose You. So this is the Japanese cover that is shown. This obviously art is not final. Has anyone checked out the movie Pokémon I Choose You? Yes. Oh my gosh, such a nostalgia trip. Oh my gosh. So we just released the Blu-ray recently. This is the spin-off manga where you see Ash and Pikachu go after Ho-Oh, and this is coming out in December. You didn't edit Pokémon, right?
No, I actually do work on Pokemon. You guys can ask me questions about it, but I work with the editors sort of doing the, I don't know how you'd say it outside, approvals on them outside to the creators and the different companies that have worked on them in Japan and the US. So I work on it, but I edited Zoroark actually, but it's been a little while, yeah. But
So
I read it.
Do you know every single Pokemon?
No. I will never even try to admit that.
I've met people that do. They amaze me.
Yes.
I thought I knew a lot of Pokemon.
And they think that we all will, but some of us get close, actually.
Yeah, really close. But
I would say the editor of the book, of the series, the main editor, Annetta, does actually know all of the Pokemon.
Yeah. Personally. Yeah. She knows all of them personally.
Yes.
Yeah. We also have a Pokemon Pocket Comics Classic. This is a set that's coming out in November of this year, just in time for the holidays. Again, this is the Japanese cover. So if you like the classic Pokemon Pocket Comics, these are really great for your little brother, your little sister, your niece or nephew, someone that you want to get into the world of manga. Pokemon Pocket Comics are a really great entry point, really fun, easy to digest stories. And if you're a kid at heart, this is a really good way to go back and like have more adventures with your Pokemon friends. So yay, that was a ton of announcements. We got through a lot. And we actually have a little bit of time for questions from you guys, but we have an incentive. Everyone who asks a lovely question, because we think, a lot of people are afraid of public speaking, everyone who asks a question is going to get an epic JoJo's art card full of muscly, glittery goodness. So if you have a question, raise your hand. Oh, I see you in a Haikyuu jersey. Yeah. Do you mean the anime? Yes. We do not publish the anime, that is Sentai. We do the manga. But I really want to see it happen. I know! I can see your team spirit. Yeah, and that is a great costume. Here, come get your treat. Come get some other Shonen Jump heroes. All right, Joel, I'll let you pick the next one.
Okay.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, amazing! High five! That was great. Oh my gosh, I'm
Do you have a question? Oh.
No, you cannot purchase it separately. It is free with purchase, and it is coming out in June. Yeah. Here, come get your treat. Yeah. Well, the next one is gold. It's really great. Yeah. Ooh.
That's a good question. So for a full volume of manga, what she asked was how long it takes to edit a manga. So a quick recap of it, and sometimes I know you guys wish that they came out a lot faster than they do. We tend a fast version, if you're working on Shonen Jump weekly, they can actually get a chapter done, and we do, in a couple of days. But for an entire volume that's like between 200, sometimes 350 pages, especially if it's got a couple different creators or if it is tied into like a video game. So for example, I work on Splatoon, and it's really fun, but we could never really get that out completely simultaneously with Japan, because once we have translated and adapted it, then we actually have to double check it to the game, which usually isn't completely out yet, which means we're looking at early style sheets, and then we're matching it to any animation that's coming up. So it's, I would say on average, the fastest we could do it without making terrible mistakes is probably 7 months for a full volume. And it takes about 12 to 18 to really do it right. And by do it right, usually I mean something like Tokyo Ghoul, where we're doing so much adaptation to get the story kind of proper that we actually send it back to Japan with translations and edits and notes, so that our Japanese editorial counterparts can say, yes, this is okay, this still actually makes sense, this works, or not, which can happen a lot, and then we change them. So I guess about a year.
Yeah. To do it right? Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, come get your treat. Good questions.
Yeah.
Hey, you and the sunglasses again.
So, another homesec. Since I'm a homesec, I'm just wondering, since the merge from What Pumpkin into VIZ Media just happened, was that like a smooth transition? Was that something that like kind of did that like go through, and how long has that took?
It's more of a partnership. We work very, very closely with Andrew Hussey and the What Pumpkin team, so they're very, very involved. Right now, we're starting with, we're partners on the Hive Swap game, and we're publishing the Homestuck books because we really wanted to honor that epic story and put out the type of epic books that the world needs to see. Because a lot of us back in the day, we read Homestuck on the internet. We read it, Emma's Paint Adventures, we were there. But there's a whole other generation that might not know about it. And it can seem very, very daunting to get into Homestuck, especially now that it's all done, there's so much of it. So we feel that these books, these hardcover books, are a really great way to introduce it to a new generation, but still give those hardcore fans a lot to really enjoy. But yeah, we see Andrew Hussey around the office quite often. He's very involved. He's a really, really, really nice guy. Very brilliant. Yeah.
Is the VIZ Media, like the editing team, working? Are they doing the Homestuck.com, making it more mobile friendly? Is that them, or is that someone else?
I believe that there's some work on the Homestuck.com being done.
I still think
VIZ.
it's like you said, it's a partnership where it's broken up between the two companies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one taking over the other. Everyone has to work together on it. But a really good question. Come get your JoJo's.
Did you have a question? Yeah.
Where can you buy the manga that was passed out?
Oh, it wasn't a manga. It was an anime. The Death Note Omega edition, you can get it, I believe you can get it at Best Buy. You can get it on Amazon, definitely get it at Right Stuff. I don't believe it is still in Walmart, but it is in most major stores. But for your best price right now, I recommend going to Amazon. I think Amazon has the lowest price on it.
Do you have a question? Agree?
So What Pumpkin is still being its own company working alongside VIZ, or is it them moving into VIZ like, as a partnership, kind of thing, working together? Or I don't
No.
really know what Pumpkin.
They just kind of disappeared off everything.
I don't, it is a partnership, but not, one isn't moving into the other, so I can't really answer to the second part of that. I can definitely find it out, but,
The other question I have is, it seems like VIZ does mostly anime and manga type stuff. why do you know why Homestuck's a Western type of thing? Out of all the things that are shown up there, Homestuck's the only thing that kind of came out from West that's being published by VIZ.
I didn't work on the acquisition side of Homestuck, so I don't know the specific reasons, but we're best known and our core books are manga and anime, but for the last probably 7 or 8 years, we actually have been incorporating in, mainly on the publishing side, more things that actually come from other countries as well, including the US. We had a 3-year run of Ben 10 Omniverse, and we did Hello Kitty comics for younger readers. We worked with Spin Master and Cartoon Network on Redikai and Monsuno. So we actually have certain things do sometimes fit into sort of the VIZ family that don't necessarily come from Japan, which, like we announced today, Radiant is one of those things where that is actually French. So yeah, most of what we do is always going to be the concentration. But yeah, we look outside of that. Once in a while, things do fit.
Yeah, things that fit, you know, with the fandom, things that, you know, fans of that stuff will enjoy. We also did, you know, books for some of the Frederator properties, like Bravest Warriors.
I did the Bee and Puppy Cat cookbook. So I think, you know, especially coming to conventions, and you do a lot more than I do, we get to talk to fans, and we're all fans too. So much comes up in the office of what we might actually want to acquire. Most of it, sometimes there's a reason where it doesn't fit or it doesn't cross over. But for example, you know, Magic the Gathering, there's a crossover for that. We have players in the office that stay late on Friday nights.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah, you are, that's right. And one of our designers kind of ringleads that. So I think sometimes it may not seem like an obvious choice, but there are reasons behind why certain things may work that aren't anime or manga, but are related or inspired by. I mean, I'll sit down and argue with anybody that says there's not an anime inspiration behind Ben 10, even if it's not explicit. So I think there's certain things that do fit.
Yeah, there's a pacing and aesthetic, especially in Homestuck, that is very conducive to anime manga fandom with, you know, the character focus, the story focus. It has a very, it fits nicely in that. And when, you know, Homestuck was brought up around the office, I really like Homestuck, and I was like, yes, oh heck yes, please, let's. And it just seemed logical, and it was a fit, and like, yeah. And Hussey's been, you know, delightful to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I work on Ruby, which started here as well, and there are Japanese creators working on the manga versions of it, but when we started talking to Rooster Teeth, there weren't yet. So that was something also that was big around the office, and people were talking about it, and it crosses over, and have you seen Ruby, and where did it come from, and those kinds of things, and so.
Yeah, and the late Monty Ohm was very inspired by anime. Yeah, very, very inspired by that.
I think you're right, though, but storytelling is actually a huge part of it. I think a lot of people look mainly at the artwork, and there's obvious, you know, modern US artwork even is really inspired by some of the traditional animation from Japan, but I think it's the storytelling and pacing overall that really, when I look at something and I gravitate to it, or I say, does this connect? And it will. Yeah. But, you know, there's, what, 17 or almost 20 editors. We don't all agree on everything, but yeah.
Yeah, but that makes it cool.
Yeah.
Makes it cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, really good question. Yeah. Come get your JoJo's. I love that we're getting so many Homestuck questions.
Okay, so since you guys work with VIZ, you work on a lot of high-budget anime, but it's a job, so there's always some tedious process. So which anime was the best that you worked on, and which one was the worst that you worked on?
Man. I love them all. I really do. I really love them all, because even on a hard day, you're still working in anime. So I'm super thankful every single day. Yeah, some are more frustrating than others. I honestly can't say that any stand out as something that I did not like working on. They've all been really, really great. But I would say, you know, some kind of resonate a little bit more in my heart personally. Like for me, my very, very, very first anime and manga that I watched and I read, and I actually picked up the book not knowing it was manga, was Ranma 1/2. So when I got to work on Ranma 1/2, when we did the Blu-ray editions, it was surreal for the whole time. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm that little girl going into Comic Carnival in Indianapolis, you know, picking up those crazy books with the panda on it and the naked ladies. And getting to work on it and getting to hear the dub again and like coming at it after being in the industry for a while, that's something I will always cherish in my heart. And then working with the editorial team on relaunching the manga. So Ranma really stands out to me. Same with Sailor Moon was another one of my early anime. I used to cosplay Sailor Moon all the time. So that was really, really good. But there isn't a single one that's a chore, to be honest. And I think that's just like a testament to you know, VIZ really thinking and picking carefully everything that gets picked up, not just on the anime side, but on the publishing side. There's a lot of voices in the room to make sure the best of the best gets curated.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then I guess, you know, the only things that come up when you were saying what's annoying or frustrating sometimes are a technical level, but it comes from the writing or editorial standpoint. I'll just give you like a funny one, which is working on the Naruto anime. The manga was usually ahead of the anime, the way we were putting it out in VIZ. So I would sort of agonize over dialogue changes or edits or certain things that were in the manga, and then we would sit down and I would submit my scripts to the animation team. And what happens with that sometimes, if it would come back and there's something called mouth flap, which means that not everything that's written can actually be said properly without looking well. So then we would have these sort of big roundtable discussions where I would fight for certain things to either match the anime from the manga the way we wanted to say it, or we would change it and I would change it back, or we would come up with, okay, we're just gonna have to have, the fans are gonna see that it's not exactly the same wording here and here, so how do we sort of merge that? So that can be funny, but that's a creative process thing too. And again, it didn't seem like a chore, it was just more fun kind of learning how to match those two things up so they were consistent. But I haven't had a bad experience either.
Yeah. That's a wonderful question. Come get your card. And we are actually out of time. So thank you guys so much for coming, asking these great questions, being here for our epic announcements and everything. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your C2E2. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good afternoon, guys.